Good day, everyone. My name is Mary J. Eladanya, and I'm going to report gender-based violence. But before start, I want to watch a short clip can, ca- so you can have a background regarding with my report today.
What is gender-based violence? Gender-based violence, or GBV, is one of the most common and widespread human rights violations. GBV is violence directed against someone on the basis of their gender or sex, which results in physical, sexual, or psychological harm. These acts violate an individual's human rights. GBV is most commonly perpetrated by men against women, girls, and other vulnerable people. However, men can also be victims of gender violence. Who are the perpetrators? Non-partner violence is violence inflicted by someone you do not know well, like strangers, acquaintances, or colleagues. However, violence is generally perpetrated by someone you are close to. This is known as interpersonal violence, which is perpetrated by either a friend or a family member. Intimate partner violence is perpetrated by someone you are in an intimate partner relationship with, a lover, spouse, or an ex-partner. What are the different types of violence? Physical violence is the intentional use of physical force or threats of violence. From a pinch to a punch, any act or threat of violence is damaging, whether the damage can be seen or not. Sexual violence is forcing, intimidating, or even tricking someone to engage in any sexual act against their will. Any sexual act with someone who is unable to understand what they're doing or is unable to consent because of their age, an illness, disability, or the influence of alcohol or other drugs is sexual violence. Forcing a lover or spouse to engage in sexual acts is a form of sexual violence, either called marital rape or intimate partner rape. Sexual harassment is also a form of sexual violence that can either be verbal or physical. It occurs in private and public spaces, such as schools, workplaces, in the streets, and on public transport. Economic violence involves denying a person access to their money, economic activity, or other basic needs by either controlling their finances or stopping them from achieving financial independence. All these forms of violence may lead to emotional and physical trauma. Emotional violence can also include verbal abuse, humiliation, and controlling what a person can and cannot do. Emotional and economic violence are as equally damaging and disempowering as sexual and physical violence. These types of violence are often misunderstood or ignored by people, even those we turn to for help, like the police, the courts, and other support structures. No matter who you are, where you live, or who is inflicting it, GBV is never acceptable.
So, what is gender-based violence? Gender-based violence refers to any act done to someone against their will as a result of gender norms and equal power relationships. It means that is the inhuman act against the of the victim, and the forms of this violence can include sexual, physical, mental, and economic harms. And majority of the people who experience this most of time receive treat that was inflicted in their minds that was thus cause and the victim trauma. And this also refer to harmful act that is rooted in gender equality, the abuse of power, harmful norms. This is the serious violence of human rights and a life-threatening health and protection issue. This is estimated that 1 in 3 women will experience sexual or physical violence in their lifetime during displacement and times of crisis. The rate of gender-based violence significantly increased for women and girls. I did not say all guys, just to be clear, as we see in the society, majority of the victims are really women and small children. Then, next are the victims. Women and men experience gender-based violence, but The majority of victims are women and girls. Gender Gender-based violence and violence against women are terms that are used interchangeably, as it has been widely acknowledged that mass gender-based violence is inflicted on women and girls by men. Gender-based aspect is important at highlights the fact that many forms of violence against women and rotate and power inequalities between women and men. Next is the survivor. Survivor of gender-based violence suffer devastating short and long-term consequences to their physical and mental health. Women and girls may experience severe physical injuries, unwanted pregnancy, and exposure to HIV or other sexuality transmitted infection. So as you can see, these victims suffer for the rest of their life because of the adverse affected that the trauma have causes them. Some may have physical injuries in their body, even suffer in mental health, and can possibly get HIV or disease from Perpetrator. Also, male survivor of sexual violence, survivor with this sexual orientation and gender identities. It can cause them to have depression and anxiety, post-traumatic stress disorder, the limited ability to complete daily tasks, and suicidal thoughts are also common, and sadly, these survivors are often subjected to be to victim blaming or ostracized from the families and community. Next is the perpetrators of gender-based violence are predominantly men, and the victim are most frequently women, older people, younger girls, thus we disability of those from ethnic minorities and or the LGBT community are often more vulnerable to be targeted and may experience higher threat of violence. Forms of abuse can range from physical, emotional, sexual, or outright of freedom, resources, and survive some community harm. Custom can can all can also result a large number of people experience gender-based violence, such as early marriage or female mutilation. As you can see, the perpetrator are predominantly men, as I have said earlier. This is a due to gender equality. Next, gender-based violence and women rights. Gender-based violence is the most pervasive yet less possible woman rights violation in the world. It includes physical, sexual, mental, or economic harm inflicted on the person because of society of the power imbalance between males and females. It also includes the threat of violent concern of deprivation of liberty, whatever in public or private. So people who experience gender-based violence may suffer from different women and any violence. So people with gender violence suffer from different human rights and violence. Example are the rights the right to life, number two, freedom of the torture, number three, regarding treatment, number four, freedom of discrimination, and number five, the rights of safety and society. As a state and unequal power relationship between women and men. Otherwise, as a gender-based violence, societal norms and tradition discredit people to think that men are the leaders, fortune and provider, and take on the dominate roles in society, while women are the nurse of men, companies of supporter, and take on the roles in society. This is a persuasion lead men to gain more power over women, hence becomes a form of mean experience control over women heritage power. That's all. Thank you.